Type 5 treatment is a retreatment of previously treated areas. In order to keep the fuel loads at the level we want in the strategic fuel breaks around our communities, we have to go back in every 7 to 10 years and clean up fuels that have resulted from windfall and from regrowth of regeneration in the treated area. Yes, we do want a small amount of regen in the fuel managed areas, but we don't want a dense young coniferous forest there. It's a balancing act. So we go back in and reduce the stockade of young conifers, clean up wind throws. This maintains the treated area as an effective fuel break. And it's thankfully a very fast and relatively inexpensive process. We found that the costs of doing this are about 8% of the costs of the original treatment. And we just know that this maintenance is a required element of maintaining long-term community safety with fuel managed areas around the communities. In the Type 2 harvest areas, we leave enough trees to basically meet our WUI stocking standard with the overstory retention. This frees up the dollars we would have normally spent on tree planting in a harvest area to carry out several retreatment passes in the same area. So in conclusion, we've talked about 5 different treatment types, 5 different approaches to reducing the fire hazard and fuel buildup around communities and critical infrastructure in our valley. We think that these approaches are the future of forestry in our area. We are working directly beside communities to protect and maintain community values. The fuel management work we're doing in the Type 2 treatments yields timber. We are shipping saw logs to local mills and maintaining jobs. We have a 12-person crew working on the ground doing the cleanup and handwork in all of the treatment types. There's a lot of jobs there. It's good for our community and it's good for the community safety. And the elephant in the room is climate change. We are responding to climate change directly adjacent to communities with fuel management to reduce the risk of damage from fire to the community. But the overall adaptation to climate change program that we think is absolutely required in the low elevation forests that we live in is quite similar to the fuel management. We have to reduce tree stocking. We have to build resilience to fire so that a low intensity fire moves through the area and leaves most of the large trees alive. This is absolutely critical to maintaining the ecosystem values that drew us all to live here. The beauty of the forests, water from the forest, wildlife habitat, spiritual values, those all come from having the large living trees on the site. Climate change predictions tell us we're going to have exponentially more fires. It's all going to experience a fire. We've got to change the way that fire moves through these forests by reducing the fuel loads. That's the key to having the forest values that we see around us here in 20, 40, 60 years.